This is the Pocket Monster Manual. I'm Willie Shamler, here with Animich.
The worst thing about dropping a cactus is trying to catch it.
Bran.
More like trying to turn it. Cacturne.
Shiny.
It's terrible. I think trying to pick it up is worse from the floor.
Specs.
Is that the sound of a cactus?
No,
Alright.
that's the sound of me picking up the cactus.
We're talking about Cacturne, or Noctis.
Cacturne, I sure hope he does.
Noctis!
Noctis!
Wait, are we talking about Final Fantasy 15 now, or?
Why is he Scarecrow Pokemon? I guess so. I guess so.
Yeah, he's kind of like a scarecrow cactus hybrid.
You need a scarecrow in the desert to protect all your crops.
Screw all your desert crops from the desert birds.
Cacturne just grew up and turned into a real bastard.
Yeah, I don't like
Is
this
what
man.
it looks like.
I know we like to joke about, like, oh, too many spikes, but I think this one doesn't have enough spikes. He's, like, too, like, naked to be a cactus.
Yeah, he's just got like accent. It's like he's got zippers, but he's not actually covered in spikes.
Yeah, it's not great looking.
Or imagine trying to draw all those spikes on pixels.
Or maybe he's meant to be like an aloe, because they only have like little spikes on the sides.
They could have given, like, some, cactus have, like, that fuzz on them, right? They could have, like, even if it's not all spikes, just, like, he's too smooth. It's weird looking.
I can show you some smooth cacti.
Cacnea is small, so, like, you don't notice it as much, but I don't know. He seems underdesigned to me.
The problem with this one for me is, like, it's meant to look menacing, but the only thing I can think of when I look at his design is, like, a really old type of doll that used to be made with just, like, stuffing inside. So, and they have, like, this really, like, how do you describe it? Like this really kind of shiny texture. I don't know how to describe that. Like it's a really
Furry art.
Not furry art.
Not quite.
But because of the like spikes on the side of him, it looks like where you do the stitching on those dolls.
Yeah.
So he looks like he's just a doll filled with like fluff that's been stitched up his sides.
I see what you mean. Like his simplistic shape and everything like that as well.
Or filled with straw. Like a scarecrow.
Yeah. Maybe if you gave him, I guess like a scarecrow, but a scarecrow has like this. You could emphasize that more by making it so that at the hands the spikes are pointing out, like claws, or like how a straw sticks out on a scarecrow.
Oh yeah, that would be good. That's a good shout on design.
I think if you want to make this thing look intimidating or scary, it needs some points, and it's not really got points. It needs claws.
It needs claws. Claws would be good.
Yeah. He needs to be less marshmallowy, doesn't he? He's definitely
he looks like a guy in a suit to me.
Yeah, he's too rounded.
Yeah. And his hat's just a bit lame, to be honest.
It's not very nice.
Actually, I like the hat a lot.
I like that pointy hat.
The Pokédex entries do confirm that this Pokemon kills people and eats them.
Yeah!
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, he's got sick dex entries.
So it lives in desert, it becomes active at night when it hunts for prey exhausted from the desert heat.
That doesn't necessarily mean human.
No, but then it also specifies, if a traveler is going through the desert in the thick of night, Cacturne will follow in a ragtag group. The Pokemon are biding their time, waiting for the traveler to tire and become incapable of moving.
Straight vultures.
And then they save them.
Well, like, some
doubt
entries say they hunt for prey, and some entries say they seek out travelers who are getting tired from the desert heat. So how am I supposed to interpret that in any other way?
Yeah, especially on a dark type, like, come on.
Yeah.
It's kind of creepy. Like during the daytime, they don't move. So you could be walking through the desert and you just see like fucking loads of them completely like still waiting.
It's like that Goosebumps episode.
That's scary, that.
It's like trolls in like Tolkien lore, how they turn into rock during the day and then they wake up at night. And
I don't think they do wake up at night. I think if they hit sunlight, they just die and turn to stone.
Oh yeah, you're right. So, interestingly, after spending thousands of years in harsh deserts, its blood transformed into the same substance as sand.
Ridiculous.
What?
Wait, its blood
What?
is sand?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
stupid.
How does that work?
Well, that kind of explains why it's got that doughy appearance, I guess. It's like a sandbag, really.
Yeah. That's weird.
Oh.
But this also, I don't think it's saying that like one Cacturne lives for thousands of years. I think it's saying through evolution.
Yeah.
They used to have blood and now they have.
But aren't cacti already perfectly adapted to the desert heat?
Then why does he complain about the desert being too hot? It's too
Hey,
hot in
man.
the desert, so I like it at night. What?
It's
yeah.
still hot.
I guess what the hat is the hat
Move
there to,
somewhere
protect
else.
them from the heat.
Oh yeah, it's
I'll
like
But
go
night-
somewhere else.
But nights in the desert are extremely cold, aren't they?
Yeah, and as a grass type, like that'd fuck you up, surely.
Well, not if your blood was sand. Hmm?
The ground is also weak to ice, so
Not if its blood is sand.
Yeah, but a desert doesn't freeze over in the
yeah,
the night.
You're right.
Yeah, there's not any ice there. Unless you're near like an oasis that freezes.
And
Okay.
it's not in Antarctica because that's part of the desert.
I think these are cool dex entries.
Really weird gender difference where one of them has like just a giant diamond in his chest.
Oh
I don't know if
yeah.
that's
Oh.
is that supposed to be just like a really giant spike or just
That's
like a
the tit.
pattern?
That's
The
that's
one
that's
That's
the tit of the
the
cactus.
unitit.
That's the breastises.
Is that for the females?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're,
it must
they're
be.
plants. Why is there a difference to begin with? So stupid.
Plants have different bits.
Male and female plants
do?
have different bits. Yeah, you do get gendered plants.
But they have them on the same plant though, don't they? Don't like plants have both male and female bits?
Yeah, but you do get some that don't, and so maybe
There's
that's
not a
just where the
male plant and a female
like-
plant.
But they got
get those.
bits. You know? They got
One
the
plant will have a
bits.
male and a female bit on it.
Yeah.
Not always. I guarantee you, there's at least one type of plant,
Sure, there probably is at least one, because for every rule there's an exception.
And maybe it's a cactus.
and maybe it's a cactus, and maybe they have to put pingus in vagina.
Oh, interesting. Kiwi and cannabis plants either produce pollen, produce seeds. You can't have one that produces both. So that's
Actually, aren't
interesting.
there a lot of trees like that? I feel like there's a lot of trees like that, and that's why certain areas have like pollen issues because they only plant trees that make pollen and not trees that get pollinated.
It's got a seam on the back. It is a mascot suit. It's got a seam on the back.
And that's like a little zip.
Oh yeah, it does.
He's got a seam.
Well, it's where you put in all the hay because it's a scarecrow.
I'm bored of this man.